Hello guys, welcome back to Patrones Mujer. I'll be sharing with you a tutorial on how to make this overall. You can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 16, and you can find other patterns in the magazine. Having said that, let's get started. We'll take pen and paper to write down the materials. Once we have the pattern tracing from the magazine, we cut along the side line that we make. These are finished pattern, which means they have 1 cm seams, hems, and cut with notches and even lines. Okay, let's check the pieces. We have the pieces from the top of the front, we fused them. These are the colors and we fused them. These are the bias and we press in half. And the sleeve, and we overlock the sides. And also we overlock the sides of the body. We start facing the rights of the front and back. And remember, you have to overlock first the sides and the shoulders. Now we continue with the collar, and we take the piece of the pattern and we place on top, and we're going to make a mark because we need to know where is going the stitch. Place the rights of the front and back and sew them on the shoulders. Now we pass a stitch on the mark just we made all around on the collar. Cut the excess of the fabric around and then turn the piece, and then we're going to press with the iron. Now we pass a stitch on the edge of the collar. Now place the collar and match from the center back and continue to all around on the neckline. Now place the other side of the collar. You have to match the center back. And then we're going to place the bias. And we're going to gather the pieces of the button. So we start sewing the collar around on the neckline. So remember, you have to match the center back. If you have see, we have the notch there. Place the other collar and continue to all around on the neckline. Fold the bottom tape and face the rights and place the collar on top and pass a stitch on the bias to all around on the neckline. Cut the excess of the fabric around. Snip the curves fold the bias and pass a stitch on the edge. Turn the piece, pull the corner of the button tape, and now we pull the bias inside of the garment and we pass a stitch on the other edge of the bias. Now we need to gather the pieces of the bottom of the overall, the front and back, and we pass a stitch to all along on the piece, and parallel to the first one we pass another one, and then we pull the thread from the spool, forget the gather. Now match the bottom tape of the front, and then we're going to take the pieces of the front and back and match the sides and the center front. Match the other piece, the sides and the center back. And then we're going to close the sides. And we're going to place the elastic around on the leg and the piece of the crotch length. Now folding half the sleeve, and we have to overload first the sides of the sleeve, and we're going to close the sides. Then we're going to make the hem of the sleeve, and we're going to place the elastic. This is the button tape of the front. We need to match the button tape, and we pass a stitch on it, and then we're going to face the rights of the pieces of the front, and we sew them to all along. These are the pieces from the back also. We face the rights and we sew them. Face the rights of the front and back and sew them on the sides. But first, you have to overlock the sides. This is the leg, and we need to introduce the elastic around. So we fold, and we fold like 1 centimeter, because we need to introduce the elastic to this gap. But first, you have to overlock the leg. Introduce the elastic through the gap. And pass a stitch on the elastic for hold the elastic. Pull the elastic and pass a stitch on the other side. Now we need to place the piece of the crochet length, so we face the right of the piece with the back of the garment. Fold in half and pass a stitch for one side and the other one. Cut a little bit the corners and the sides. And now we turn the piece, we pull the corners, and we introduce the centimeter inside of the piece, and we pass a stitch to all around on the piece. This is the sleeve. We face the rights and we sew them on the side. Fold the hem, but first you have to overlock the cuff. And now we have to leave a space without sewing because we need to introduce the elastic through this gap. Now we pass a stitch for hold the sides of the elastic and finish closing the left part. We pass a stitch from the notch to the notch on the head of the sleeve, and then we pull the thread from the spool, forget a little bit together. Now we match the shoulder and the notches and the sides and place the sleeve. Sew them and start from the side to all around. Overlock the seams of the armhole and repeat with the other sleeve the same process as we made for this one. And we have finished our overall. We place the buttons on the center front, we made the buttonhole, and we place the buttons on the crochet length. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials. You can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 16 and the links are below. We'll see you in another video very soon. Bye!